Hello? Oh, that looks a little loud. Maybe that's better. Alright. How you doing tonight? New and exciting. Or, do... Alright, I swear, I just felt like somebody walked in the room. There is nobody here. That was creepy. It wasn't even a cat. Like, doors are closed. What are we doing? This thing. It is not showing when it should be showing. Hold up. Huh. That's not a great start. Let's see here. Wonk. There we go. That's better. Windows is terrible at actually knowing where the displays actually are. Silly Windows. Anyway. Hello, Muffin. How's it going? How was your day today? Too many technologies. Alright, I think we're done with the shifting displays now. I hope. Alright, so... Y'all. We have so much character design to do. I now have 3 comics. This one, the Nat Funny one, this is the last one, actually. So I started thumbnailing it. This is like the first half. This one's gonna be longer than the other ones. But then there's Sketch, and then there is sort of secret next project. And I started thumbnailing and drawing Sketch without having actually designed my characters completely. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna start, I don't know, just playing with ideas. My day was alright. I had a fair amount of energy today for the first time in I don't know how long. It was really weird. I was sitting there, I'm like, I don't understand this feeling of not being completely exhausted. So, I don't know what's up with that. I would like that to keep going. Also, it is so gross and humid, and I turned the AC down and the fan down a little bit, because I came up and it was just the sound of fans. It was so deafening. So I hope that it's not coming through the background. I hope the background noise isn't too bad. I have to restart Clip Studio because I switched up the displays and my pen doesn't work on the tablet. So, just gonna do through that there while I Jim jangle the displays again. And because if I don't restart Clip Studio after I reset the tablet, it gets really weird. Just doesn't know how to handle life anymore. Literally just please go to the correct monitor. Thank you. Thank you, XP Pen. You are amazing. Alright, back to Clip Studio. Oh. Getting back to book stuff this weekend. Alright, your cover's pretty close to done. Actually, I wasn't gonna do this on stream, but since you're here, let me just make sure that I don't have any text turned on. I do need the copy for the back cover, by the way. There's a bunch of filters and gradients on this. Don't worry about that too much. The question is the Margit here. I know part of the issue is getting it to balance correctly and not make things confusing. But and it can be any color. I've been playing with the color as well. Please tell me I labeled it magic. I don't think I did. Let's see. Oh, that ain't it. It's just finishing touches and putting the copy on. I'll do an export with the title on the front to see if you like the color and the effects I did on it. Magic. Where's the magic? Seriously though. Boy, so spooky. I put it over here. Maybe. Oh, that is in fact hair. This one? I found it. Let's layer it. Let's label it magic. Let's label it Margit. In fact, I'm glad you like it, but I need to know about the Margit. If this direction is okay. It's really like the last major detail. And I think I want to maybe redo the shine on the glass a little bit. Because right now it's kind of symmetrical. It's not actually symmetrical, but the way I did it, it still looks symmetrical, so I don't know. And there's still background stuff. Not that one. Not that one. Oh wait, the background's probably way down here. Nope. Okay, well, once upon a time. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not it. Man, I had some cool background stuff. This? There's so many layers. The project is actually starting to slow down because there's so many layers. I may actually just need to duplicate it, take out the stuff that I haven't used. It's probably in here somewhere. And then, brain. Oh, it's not here. What the heck? Alright, cool. I think it's like a fire brush or something. I repurposed it. Ooh. I've played with so many gradients. So many things. Alright, so we're gonna go with let's have the final. So this is like before I started doing the final color correction because it's still not like final. But just these gradients on the top are just gonna kind of tie everything together. And I may desaturate her dress a little bit because I feel like it's a little bit bright, kind of competing with the brightness of the hair. And then I just need to kind of soften the lines and everything. And there is a glow that goes behind her hair too. It's just off right now so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Alright. hair. Or I lied and there is no more hair glow. I may have to... Maybe I scrapped it. I don't know. Yeah. Alright, well, I mean, I just wanted to make sure I was on the right track. Alright, so I don't need to save this. Did not make any changes. Well, like I said, I'll do an export and, like, you can kind of sit with it for a little bit and see how you feel about it, and then if there's any changes and whatnots. So, something else I have been struggling with, and we'll get to the characters. We're gonna do it. So this is a very, very rough webtoon version of Sketch, and it does have, like, this is Leo when she's young, and I hate this. I hate the way this looks. Also, that head is crooked. That face is not pointing in the same direction as that head. Anyway. In the middle of that. Alright, there's some layers turned on that shouldn't be. Anyway, so what I've been struggling with is... Oh, I do like this panel. I do like the way this one turned out. I thought I shaded it. Oh yeah, there's nails in that one too. Where'd the nails go? Weird. Alright, anyway. Do I do it as a webtoon, or do I do it as a, like, comic pages? Because I started thumbnailing comic pages, and it just wasn't flowing the same way. I just, like... This is really bad thumbnailing, holy crap. And when I doodle, it's pretty terrible, but this is a little embarrassing even for me. I lost my pen. So I guess, like, I did Not Funny more page style. I don't know if I want Sketch to be the same. If I want it to be more webtoon. I just, like, initially I was thinking webtoon because it's like there's going to be a lot of dream sequences and a lot of kind of, I don't know how to describe it, like broad transitions, and that's really, webtoons really do a better job with that. But then the little gremlin in the back of my head is like, but what if you want to print it someday? So, well, may just need to cross that bridge when I come to it. But the other thing that I was thinking about a couple days ago is that when I look at this kind of webtoon version, up in here, and this is probably why the page version doesn't work as well, I don't have a whole lot of changes in perspective or in depth. Like, everybody's like the same distance away, so it makes it look really flat. That is really terrible. This is a terrible drawing. Yeah, I think so. I think that is telling me that I really need to push the depth harder. The depth and the perspective. Like, she gets progressively closer. Well, and then suddenly far away, and then really close. But the little girl does not. And you can see here where I kind of like cut it apart and spaced it more, and it's really, webtoons are really more about transition, whereas pages are more about layout. I still can't find my pen. What did I do? can't draw without a pen. So anyway, a lot of blah 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 about things. Start a new project. Yeah. 3 inches, that's not enough. I'm actually just gonna do standard paper size. Good old 8.5 by 11. Well, 11 by 8.5. Paper color, I don't want to look at stark white, do you? Let's make it like a nice light gray, easier on the eyes. There we go. I think Webtoon's better. Yeah, I think this space is important to it. And it's gonna flip between like dreams, the physical realm, the spiritual realm, and then there's like another in-between realm. And every time I say realm, I feel really weird and douchey, but oh, I found my pen. Sweet. So anyway, I was doodling for one of the characters. She's a minor character. Her name is Aunt Rosie. She's loosely based on an actual Aunt Rosie in my family. Tiny, tiny, precious little old lady. And I was doing, you know, some silhouette thumbnails and stuff, and it came out pretty easily. I mean, she might look a little generic, but I was like, man, it's actually kind of easier to do this in pencil on paper, so we'll see how this goes. Now you need to actually use the pen part of the pen, not the back of the pen. Alright. So, we're gonna start with Leo. Leo is our main character. She is... So she's the one that has these dreams, right? So she doesn't like to sleep. So she is tired all the time. No, she's not modeled after me, because I just got done talking about how I'm tired all the time. This whole thing is going to be modeled very heavily around... It feels a little cliche now, actually, but it's going to be a lot of mental health themes in it. So, all of the characters, they all have some basis on people that I know, whether it's one person or kind of like an amalgamation of people. So like Aunt Rosie is kind of like appearance and vibe-wise based on a relative of mine, but I don't know that relative very well. So her base personality is very much about how I would imagine going over to Aunt Rosie's house and having a cup of tea. Because she also strikes me as the type of tiny old lady, like a real, Sophia from Golden Girls type of thing, where like if you cross her, she'll just smack you. Which is based a little bit on my godmother, because she'll be like, you need to watch what you're doing right now or I'm gonna whack you. And I don't know, so it's like a little bit of her and a little bit of my godmother, a little bit of my godmother's mother. That's Aunt Rosie. Generally very sweet, kind, wise, gives you advice. But if you're dumb, she's gonna whack you. Anyway, we're not drawing Aunt Rosie, we're drawing Leo. So the two major things about Leo is, one, she has these dreams all the time, and two, she goes into like these trances where these visions happen, but when she comes out of the trance, she doesn't remember it. It's just like lost time. So her issue is that she doesn't like to sleep because she doesn't want to have the nightmares. But if she doesn't sleep, then she's more likely to go into one of these trances when she's awake. So I just had a brain fart. Anyway, so her solution to that is to like take naps during the day, just sleep during the day. She is also an introvert. I think that kind of goes without saying. She doesn't eat enough. Okay, we're just gonna say skinny. Right. Maybe even a little gaunt, if you will. Oh, and here's why this isn't the first thing I talked about. On her left arm, it is always covered or bandaged. Always, non-negotiable. Because content warning, I don't know if I have to say this, but she's a cutter. Or was a cutter. I haven't decided yet whether or not she still is. So basically, I was originally thinking like of having her in a tank top, and then, you know, left arm would have like a bandage like up to here, right? All the way down to the knuckles. And then on this arm, and this started to feel a little cliche too, just a glove or something. Or actually, you know those gloves, not fingerless, like the opposite of fingerless gloves, those ones that are just the fingers? I can even do something like that. You're still with me? Okay, good. Because this has all been marinating in my brain for a couple years now. And, yeah, it's a lot. So every time that you've, like, wanted to explain stuff about your book, but you didn't want to give away the story, I completely understand. That is exactly the spot I'm in right now. Because don't worry, you are, you're gonna proofread my comic. Because I'm gonna need a second set of eyes for like pacing and things, you know, making sense. Because the other hard part about making any kind of a story is you get so embedded in it yourself that it's like, did you really explain it the way that you think you did? Did you put in enough to make it make sense without putting in so much that it's boring or confusing or what have you? So, all right. So, Leo, tired, introvert. I don't want her look to revolve around being skinny. It's just kind of like a thing. I want her to be on the thinner side. Just from like a not taking care of herself perspective. I don't know why I'm sitting here trying to remember. You would think it would all just blab right out of my mouth, but I've been using Scrivener to keep track of everything. It's a neat little writing software. It's more for like writing, but it's really good for tracking like characters and locations and brain dumps. And it's not a subscription-based thing. You just pay for it once and you have it. You have Scrivener? Yeah! My only gripe about it is it does not have any good syncing options. Even though it's built around syncing over Dropbox, but even that is not always reliable. So, because I'm in the Mac ecosystem, my solution is to, if I have an idea about something, to put it in like Notepad, or Notes is for Mac, and then just open it up on my laptop and copy it over. Okay, this is another note I had. I had a note in here that she runs to stay in shape, but I think that's stupid. If she's not taking care of herself, she's not exercising. But I did write, oops, fast, but not strong. Not as happy with it as you thought it. What did you not like about it? And the last thing I want to put down here is she is mellow, but she has a temper. So, you know, mood swings. Mood swings. What else about Leo? Obviously creative. Again, not based on me, but she is an artist, and her trances, which I'm gonna call it something else, it's just like the word I have for right now. When she has them, she draws things. And so when the story opens, the first time that the reader sees it happen is it's something prophetic that happens, but she doesn't remember it happening. She doesn't realize it happened until she like comes out of it. She's with her friends and they're all like freaking out. I can understand that though, because when you've worked on something for years, just whether it's in Word or in a notebook or whatever, then you have to copy all of that over to the new thing. And that could be very daunting. So I totally get that. The second project that I'm doing though, so this project, it was a similar thing. I had to copy a lot of stuff into Scrivener. But the second project, starting it in Scrivener, was like a lifesaver because there was so much stuff to sort out. Yeah, like my second project is actually going to be a fan art comic, and there's so many details to the story that started over 10 years ago that that if it does get any visibility and I get something wrong, I would get raked over the coals. So it'll be really important to just keep everything on point with that. All right, so let's do some. Oh, she's also a tomboy. That's the other important thing. So she dresses very androgynous. Rabid fans. You know what? If I got hate for a mistake for something I put out there, if it got enough visibility for that, I would be pretty stoked. And it's not even because it's like, I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan. I'm a fan. But I'm an even bigger fan because it's something that that my son and I bonded with a lot. Bonded over, rather. So it's special to me more because of that. And I want to also try to infuse some of that into this. Yeah, bring on the haters. That's how you know you made it. Start getting hate mail, hate comments. That's how you know. Her clothes are going to be androgynous and comfy. Always comfy. Alright. So, good thing all the 90s clothes are back in style, because that was originally, like, what I was thinking. It was like a small top, maybe kind of boxy crop top, and then, like, baggy pants. Not like that. See, this is where working on paper is better, because it's a lot harder to erase. You really just have to, like... Oops. You just do it, and if you do it wrong, you draw it again. You know, chonky shoes. Remember those chonky shoes we used to have? This is for a silhouette, and this is not looking like anything identifiable. I do want to have, like, one arm out with a pencil or a pen or something. Right hand. Alright, we're not looking for detail. Tummy's gurgling. I swear I ate dinner. Not like your classic. She's like a hunchback. Yeah, I gotta have those things to bond over. I'm gonna make my brush big. I have no choice but to be blocking stuff out. What's the flow here? This is pretty bad. Alright, no more erasing. That's the rule. If I erase, the pen explodes and I die. I don't fucking know. No, she's not. Not Jinko. She wears the knockoff Jinkos. She's broke as hell. That's all she can afford. The hair is going to be probably about, like, shoulder length or something. Put a noggin. Probably does this sometimes. That is a terrible thumbnail. It's actually even kind of too big to be a thumbnail. Lots of space for art supplies. Sketchbook and a pen. Actually, that's not... Maybe I'll add that in there too. Maybe she always uses a pen. No erasing. Let's build that into the character. Alright, let's fold her this way, see if it's any easier. I do want that, like, you know, hunched over, tired, bent over with a sketchbook all the time. Okay, undoing is basically erasing. I can't do that either. None of this is identifiable. That's the problem. I also don't thumbnail very much, so that's not an excuse. Just stating a fact. The other... She's proposing! Oh my god! What? Okay. Nope, nope, leave it. Leave it. No erasing. No undoing. Let's try that again. This is way too profile. No fix. Wow. There we go. This leg out. This arm. Oh, what's going on with that one? I undid it again. Damn it. Yeah. Yeah. No, that is the absolute correct vibe. That's better said than whatever the hell came out of my mouth. I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna cop out and just chuck an elbow there. Well, maybe the hair is a little longer and it just kind of goes like that. Still not, like, identify it. This isn't... Like, if she was in a lineup, nobody would be like, that's Leo. Right? And I'll do the one leg bent like that. This leg is going to come out here. Oh, push this. One shoulder up, one shoulder down. This arm is going out. It's got a pen. For the record, I would have erased with a real pencil there. Just saying. Legs are short as hell. I know this is a little bit of a generic, kind of like fightery pose, but for the sake of getting something down. So, my instinct is always to draw insanely long limbs, and because I'm so cognizant of that, I actually tend to draw them too short. Feels like a really weird problem to have. I'm just gonna go with my long limb. It's not even that long. Maybe I won't do the baggy jeans. Doing it like this, I almost want to do like shorts and thigh-high socks, but then it might be like a little too something. Another thing I struggle with is like, I can do the first arm or the first leg, but when I have to place the second one, I'm like, what's that one gonna do? It's like, back arm is reaching out with this pen. You know what? I don't know if I would have the book in her hand. No, I know. What's nice about the online art community now is there are more people willing to show their mistakes, to show their process, to show the things that they're not as proud of. Like, you know, it's okay to have bad days or to just be freaking terrible sometimes. I want the head to go down. It was freezing. This pose feels kind of close to what I would want it to be, though. So, yeah, but here's my issue with that. Here's my issue with the pose altogether. One arm to the chest, one arm out. Whoops. I know it's still a different pose, but it's like, I don't know. Yeah. So here's my other thought. This arm. Just like this. She's like just skipping around with her pen and her sketchbook. You know what though? Let's go with it though. Yes. Actually, her neck could be longer too. That's another thing I do. I have a tendency to make necks really short. Actually, when I was drawing Syl, I was basically done with her and I looked and she had no frickin' neck. I ended up doing a cut and paste job to make her neck longer, and it's still a little short, but it is infinitely better than what it was. I don't actually want to make her hair this length because that's the length of the mother's hair in the dream. Even though that's like not really her mom in the dream. She's got some shoulders, some fucking swimmer shoulders happening here. Oh. Poor Syl. Yeah, I had to break her neck. She's okay. She made it. Here, I'll demonstrate with this lag hair because it needs to be longer. Take this. And you break it. And you make it longer. Then you just fill it in. Bam. Longer leg. This one is, you know, it's got foreshortening going on, so it's not a big thing. So I think my first instinct is to just keep doing that to make this what I want, but I actually want to draw it because we're getting there. Or the torso is a bean or a sack of flour or what have you, right? With the shoulder like up here, right? Oh, I gotta be careful or this is gonna go real Michael Jackson. Pickle. Oh, it was a pickle. Oh, okay. Like, what? The snack? The bird? Michael Jackson? Let's see. break this neck a little bit. You're a little bit of a potbelly. Which, I mean, if you're really skinny and you don't work out, that is kind of what happens. Michael Jackson is a pickle. Do I have a quote command? I don't think I do. What I do have I do have the Bob Ross list. I don't know if that goes in the Bob Ross list, though. Doesn't really go in the Billy list, either. I may need to make another one just for, like, random, like, really random quotes. Oh, wait a minute. I dropped this arm, like, straight down. Actually, I feel like that would work better for the book. In which case I have to flip it because the book should be in the left hand, and the left hand would have the bandage. Right. I just realized this one looks like a hippie doing karate. A little more exaggerated than I would like, but I also don't know if maybe I should just stylize the whole thing. Because I drew some shit already doesn't mean I need to use it. That looks like a wing. That's not what we're doing here. I don't think I've seen that in a while. Get out your Rufflecopter. Ah! I do think if that arm is going to be down like that, though, the head needs to be down. You know what? Draw it again. Keep drawing it. Because that's the other thing, too. It's like, you don't just draw it once and then you're done. You have to draw this character 1,000 times. So it's chilling on the couch. No, I'm just kind of floating there. So actually, let me see. I'm not trying to rip off this pose, but this is exactly what comes to mind. There's a character in Bungo Stray Dogs, and his ability is that he writes in his notebook and it comes to life. Not comes to life, but like he can write that he has a gun and he'll have a gun. What the hell is his name? I have not read or watched Bungo Stray Dogs in the longest time. 10 out of 10 though, recommend it. Like it is so good. Kunikita. I actually drew a bunch of Bungo Stray Dogs fan art back when I was doing like the notebook full of fan art. Let's see if I can find. Oh, and all of the characters in Bungo Stray Dogs are named after Japanese authors. So one of the main characters is Osamu Dazai, and his ability is called No Longer Human. Well, the author, Osamu Dazai, wrote a book called No Longer Human, which is a really, really good book. And And then it was adapted into a manga by Junji Ito, which is also an amazing manga. So I highly recommend reading Bungo Stray Dogs, Osamu Dazai's No Longer Human, and the comic manga adaptation of No Longer Human. They're all really good. And Muffin, if you would like to borrow No Longer Human, more than welcome to. I have the manga and the text. The manga does take some liberties and does make some assumptions. Well, here's the thing too, is I don't know if something gets lost in translation. Because I did find myself, like, I read the book first, then I read the manga, and then I found myself going back to those parts in the book saying, did that happen? Is he just making inferences, or am I missing something that maybe didn't come across in English the way it would have in Japanese? Oh, I'm sorry. Fine, then you cannot borrow them, and now your list is back to being slightly shorter. Haha. Why can't I find this image? I can find... Okay, I can find a gif of it. Here we go. Here. So he's written in the page, and now he's ripping it out and saying the thing, and it becomes real. I did not realize how close I actually drew the pose to that, though. That I was thinking of just this arm coming out at you. Whoops. To be fair, though, he is knelt on the floor. He's not floating. But anyway, that's Kunikita. So he is, of the Bungo Stray Dogs, he's like the straight man. He's the serious one. He likes rules. He's always yelling at Dazai for being a flake. I found that he was like kind of annoying at first, but then once his character is kind of introduced and developed, it's like, oh, I love him. And then like, who doesn't like Dazai? And then crap, what's the other guy's name? It's like really... Chuya. Chuya's the other guy I'm thinking of. We're going down a rabbit hole here. Love Dazai. So, Dazai's ability, No Longer Human, is he can negate the powers of anybody else. So it's like he has powers, but he doesn't have powers. He's super smart, you would never know it. And he is always trying to kill himself. It's actually how he's introduced. Is he is floating down the river headfirst in a barrel because he's just tried to kill himself that way. Yeah, it was very close. I'm a little upset by that. I also feel like there's a lot of like kind of standard manga poses. Chuya. And then, oh, what is the other guy's name? He's like Dazai's rival. Or Yu-Gi-Oh! It's been a minute since I watched some Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, Akutagawa. I kept wanting to say Akatsuki, and I'm like, this isn't Naruto. This is so much better than Naruto. This is Akutagawa. Whoops. That was the wrong button. his I honestly don't remember what his power is called. It reminds me a lot of Ragnarok from Soul Eater. Oh, this is a really good fan art. That's really good. Man, I kind of want to revisit Bungo Stray Dogs. Kind of gone down a rabbit hole here. Oh yeah, there's the farmer kid who's incredibly strong. There's the doctor who everybody's afraid to go to because she is crazy and brutal. Anyway, Bungo Stray Dogs. Really good. And I have just accidentally redesigned one of their poses. So, let's move on. It is. I haven't properly watched an anime in quite some time. Alright, so we're gonna take... I don't know. I feel like this way is Hunchy, right? This way is more like fairy, floating, ethereal type. We're going Hunchy, though. That'd be funny if one of the comic relief characters started calling her Hunchy. There is a character that would do that, too. Yeah, that's way too profile. Okay, have a good burp. I do think, actually, a fair amount of this will be solved. First, by just gesturing. You know, it's still kind of same. Just want to move it. Did I feel like I'm onto something? If I do it right. You get a notification? I just figured you were busy, man. It's all good. We've been talking about anime and authors and writing struggles. Mostly Bungo Stray Dogs for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes? However long it's been. How I just accidentally redrew a pose from a Bungo Stray Dogs fan art I did forever ago. Kunikita ripped a page out of his notebook. Alright. shortening this torso. I think that was a bad idea to shorten the torso up that much. Shh, didn't happen. What have you been up to? How was the rest of your stream? Passenger, how's it going? How are you? What you been up to? I think now that I've bent this pose a little bit more, that downward arm is probably gonna work out. Doing some coding and trying to figure out your life. I hear that. Coding is one of those things that can be like, you can be having just such a great day and then it's like the most demoralizing thing ever 10 seconds later. I don't have to do it very much for work. But when I do, it's always like love-hate. Finished Society Quest and called it? That sounds pretty chill. Maybe I don't want this leg to swoop like that. Maybe I do want to break this up. I know the proportions are super jacked in this. It's also making me very aware of how, like, just how easy it is to go generic pose. Even when you bend stuff or angle stuff or contort it, and I'm actually not even going that far, which is probably part of the problem. That is just, if I keep going down like that, it's gonna be too depressing. I'm also terrible at poses. At least that's a lot of what this stream is doing stuff that I'm not good or confident at. It's doing airplanes! Oh, airplane! Whee! One extra arm and it can't be a default pose. Oh god, yeah, that is like a bent over T-pose. She draws so fast it looks like she has a billion arms. Ba, 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 ba. Kind of didn't give her any shoulders. I really want, like, just one arm to be back. This arm back. This arm down. No, it doesn't work. Why does it work here? And it doesn't work here. Is it because the head's down? No. What happens if I flip this one? Because something can look so good and amazing and then you flip it and it's like, you were wrong. It looks weird, but it doesn't... It still looks workable. Oops, that's not a pencil. Alright, you're gonna go off to the side here. With the freaking the robot and the kung fu hippie. Part of me is wondering how this would go on paper. I almost did too. I almost set up to do pencil and paper. I was like, nah, gotta clean off my desk and the camera's not hooked up. Blah, 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 blah. Excuses. So, since I'm kind of out of gas with those types of poses, let's... Those are this way. I somehow evolved from doing thumbnails to just trying to figure out a pose. Anyway, that's where we are. Problem with putting bending a character back like this. You can go too sexy real fast. Don't worry about that head. I shouldn't have drawn it yet. Also need to... Oh, whoops. Move this one over. Nugget was screaming. Poor Nugget. Actually, this could work. With the outstretched... I don't know why I'm so attached to this outstretched pen hand. You know what this looks a little bit like? If she was bent over a little further, this would be Boa Hancock from One Piece. When she points at people. God, she is my least favorite character. Out of every there's so many characters in One Piece. I can't stand Boa Hancock. I bought her pop anyway, just because I want to have as many as I can, but she sits in the back where I can't really see her. Fucking Boa Hancock. Right, so we have to Boa Hancock this. Do. You know what it is? It's the angle of the head. I feel like I need to find a picture of this now just to get it out of my system. Like, the question is, is this just the influence of all of the anime and manga that I've ingested over the years? Or am I subconsciously copying? Like, what the hell? Boa Hancock. She's gonna point at you and demean you, but she's too good to look at you. And for some reason has an immense crush on this 17-year-old kid. Actually, by the time she meets Luffy, is he 17 or did he turn 19? Not that it matters in Japanese culture necessarily, but yeah. That is Boa Hancock. One of the 7 warlords. And so we've got Kunikita. And now we've got Boa Hancock. Whatever, it's fine. The answer is... Turn this head more. That looks weird. Another problem is, as soon as I realize something like that, like, I can't finish the thing I'm doing. I mean, I can, but... This is a little too ballet for her. I do feel like I could use this maybe in another situation. I don't know what just happened at the end there. Airplane! They're all gonna do airplanes now. No, hand to the chest. Oh, that's right. I copied my own pose too at one point. Just copying all of the poses. One arm out, one to the chest. Every time. Alright. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, if I can get somewhere between this one and this one, I think I'd be pretty happy. Like, this one happened because I wanted to push this one. So how can I push this one without going full Kunikita? Or, how do I try something completely freaking different? There, different things, different things, different things. Stuck on stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot Clip Studio finally did this. Procreate has done this forever. Where if you you do a stroke and then hold it down, it'll automatically turn it into a shape. It took Clip Studio so long to implement this. It's been a thing with Cropiate. It's been a thing with Cropiate since the beginning. Procreate. Alright. So maybe the upright bean is actually what we need to avoid these issues, right? That was a big... whatever I just did. Pickle. I can't say the upright pickle is what we need, alright? Right here. Really, I'm gonna have to make a quote list now. It's all gonna be centered around pickles and Michael Jackson. That is where these go. Thank you, Omega. I knew I had a command I could put these under. It's time for me to figure out where my text files are to do this. Really knowing my commands better than me. And I was playing with the commands at the beginning of stream too. Oh Oh shit. Look at me putting stuff in the mix it up folder. So here's the problem. The Pinkle command is just a regular command. It does not pull from a text file. Been around for too long. Or not long enough. Alright, so I need to make a text file called Pinkle. And I need to type it on the correct keyboard. And let's see if I can remember how to do all this. Don't capitalize things for me, Windows. What are you thinking? I can't spell Jackson. Jaskin. Oh my god. Since when does Notepad capitalize for you? Username is a person who could vote. Oh my goodness. Page setup. Maybe? Nope. Alright, whatever. I seriously just will not stop capitalizing Jackson. I don't want any capitalization on anything in this. Alright, so you make your text file with your lines. Serve it, and then you go into mix it up. Oh yeah, I have to make more Rainbow Pickle stickers. I finally printed them with branding on the sticker back. You apparently can just print on it like it's paper, so I just printed some branding on the backs of my stickers, and now when I hand out Rainbow Pickles, people could know where they came from. I made a girl at the gas station so happy the other day, which now needs to go in the Pinkle command. Okay, mix it up. Commands, click on the thing correctly. Self. Ungrouped. Ooh. I think I need to make this an... Do you have to make it an action group, or can you do this directly with commands? No, I'm trying to remember. Action. File, read and write. Read random line from file. Look at me. No, I'm not remembering how to do stuff. I'm just figuring it out as I go. So I sort of remember. Navigate to file. Where are you, Pinkle file? There we go. I think I did it. Oh, invalid special identifier. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna work. Somebody... We go to craft fairs and stuff, bring those. Yeah. Alright, somebody drop a Pinkle in the chat. See if this thing works. I need a Pinkle. Somebody. I mean, I know I could do it, but it's more fun when y'all do it. Alright. We gotta fix the pinkle. I broke the pinkle. I need to look at one of my other... What the heck is that command? Oh. I'm gonna apologize now if this is really loud, but I just have to do it.
I like that. Very good, very good. Creative.
It's a little quiet. Can I turn the volume up on that? I think you have to turn the volume up on all of... Mix it up. Actually, that's not where I need to turn the volume up. Fixed it. Action groups. So that's where Bob Ross lives. Oh. I see what I need to do now. Oh, was that? So that was just a soundbite from Skyrim. That was Cicero. Gotta find my pinkle. Found you. Get mine with your pinkle. Turn it back on. Do this. I was using my token wrong. It should work now. I hope. You sent me the other Navi sounds? I mean, other than listen? Barely heard it. Yeah. Alright, we gotta turn Cicero up. Yeah, it's still pretty quiet. It must be something in Mix It Up. It's low. Settings. Where are you? Yes. All right. I'm gonna try a thing. I am. Oh yeah, it's just listen. Are you serious? I'm on cooldown for my own freaking command. I had to fix that too. What the hell? Why won't it? Alright, I don't know. I don't know where the rest of the... I don't know. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. No, never mind. I thought I found it. I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care enough to fix that right this second. Yeah, I may need to turn it up. I was thinking it might be the other PC, but the file is on the stream PC, so that would make no sense. I do remember there being a place to turn up volume in Mix It Up, like for different commands and notifications and stuff. I just don't remember. I don't remember where I saw it. It's turned all the way up. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. This might be an output issue.
I like that.
No, that's not better.
Very good. Creative.
I'm out of ideas. All this time and nobody's dropped a pinkle. Fine, we'll do it. Does it work? There we go. So the thing is, on the streaming PC, there's only a couple options. I tried them both, so she's a happy McNugget. Yay! We like a happy McNugget. The girls got shaved today. They are unhappy. Well, they're fine about it now, but they were unhappy. Why is it just giving the one thing? Mix it up. You're usually easier than this. Let me fix my pinkle. Read random line from file. Alright. We're gonna do a test. Yeah, I think it has a global cooldown. Can do away with that too. So... 35 seconds? That's like so arbitrary. There you go. It's 5 seconds now. God damn it. No, I made it 5 seconds. It's not working for the YouTube side at all. I broke my pinkle. Man. Alright, I'm switching it back to the thing I was doing before. Read random line. Save. Test it. Oh, now it works. Or Michael Jackson is just a pickle. Okay, that's what it says now. Alright, anyway, I need to take a super short break. And I'll be back. And we'll actually go back to arting. BRB. Boop. What'd I miss? That is the least hydrating thing you could drink other than sand. What are you talking about? Also, 2 a.m. for Omega is like an old person saying, "Oh, it's time for me to go watch Jeopardy." anyway. Somehow have accumulated a whole bunch of clutter. Let me fix this. Lost my pen again. I sincerely hope I didn't go downstairs with it. Well, it's entirely possible it wouldn't be the first time. Whoa! I hit a button. I don't know what I did. And I still don't know where my pen is. Oh, I found my pen. So, my one complaint about the new tablet I got, this is the XP Pen Gen 2, 19-inch Gen 2. It does not have a pen holder. Which I get why. It comes with two pens. One's a slim and one's the regular. But I am forever losing my pen. I even 3D printed a little, like, thing to put my pen in. It doesn't... It only works if I remember to do the thing. How do I make this go? Oh, there's an X here. Okay, got it. Wasn't that bad. Don't worry, everything is under control. Monsters won't eat ghosts. Am I missing a reference? Also, how do you eat a ghost? It's non-corporeal. And how would a monster eat a ghost? Because monsters, at least in their fantastical sense, don't exist. Please answer all of these questions in one succinct sentence. Oh, god damn it. Get out. How did I not see that coming? How? I'm so mad at you right now. Now you definitely can't borrow my books. Ugh. Alright. Oh, I need to put my glove on. You wanted to be here, man. Is this on eraser? Or is this what happened here? There we go. Alright, so when that happens, you just yell at her, call her Natalie, and move on. All is right with the world. No recurts! That's right. Alright. Now, I think before I was saying that I didn't want to keep drawing the same thing over and over again, and I started out with the same base that I've had for the last, like, 18 years. Natalie. Yeah, whatever, Becky. I forget how that started. Some sort of office shenanigans. Yelling random mean girl names at people. At each other. That was before being a Karen was a thing. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. We were yelling Natalie and Becky at each other before being a Karen was a thing. When did being a Karen start? Now I need to know. In what year did 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 bitches become Karens? Natalie was a coworker, was she? There are definitely some colorful names that come to mind, like real people names, but I'm not gonna say them on stream. I don't even know how to ask this question. I must be getting old. I don't know how to ask Google a question. 2017 to 2018. I don't know why I was thinking it was like post-COVID. So the one Karen I know was my bully, so well, not my primary bully, she was a bully. So I don't know. My experience with a Karen is different. She's I'm trying to think. I don't think I know anybody else named Karen. It's kind of funny because it has the name Care in it. And they called her Care Bear. Her family called her Care Bear. And I feel like that's a really common thing with Karens. From the one Karen that I know. Yeah. It's just one of those things. Like, it's like leaving reviews. You're more likely to leave a bad review. So one megabitch Karen ruined it for all the other Karens. I also think it's weird, and I'm not the only one this has happened to, where boyfriends like to add the word bear after your name to make it like a cute nickname. Speaking of Care Bear, I've had multiple do that to me. And finally, the last one, I was like, just stop it. Don't do that. I was like, just shut up. You call me literally anything else. Stop it. But it's not even like I guess with a name like Karen, calling somebody Care Bear, like I could see that being common. But my name doesn't really go, and I'm talking about the shortened version of my name, doesn't really go organically with bear. I know I can be a bear, but it's not like the cute bear that you would add onto somebody's name into some stupid little nickname. But yeah, every time it flew out of somebody's mouth again, I'm like, what the f is wrong with you? Did the last one call you and tell you to do this? I swear, it's a conspiracy. All my exes, it's a big conspiracy. Anyway, went down another rabbit hole. I had one text me out of the blue the other day, so I was just like, what the hell, man? Like, just when you don't hear from somebody for like 10 years or whatever it is, and they didn't respond to the last message you sent, like, maybe call me crazy. They might not want to talk to you. And they call me that now. You can shove that idea right up your dad joke. Anyway, where are we at? Thumbnails. Nail. Look at that. Gave it a French manicure in 2 lines. Not one that you know. Actually, I don't think you know any of my exes. Not the worst one. Rando. Yeah, you know of some. You lost. God damn it. Y'all are gonna keep making me add to this command. It doesn't even work. Oh wait, I need a text file, not that. Oh my god, are you guys done saying shit? I had to close this text file. I don't know why it's not working on the red side. It's working on Twitch side though. Bug? Where the hell does that come into play? What? Okay. I have to... This is gonna rattle around in the back of my head if I don't say it out loud. I would say this is like a top 3 thing that someone has said to me trying to be hot. And it is, I'm gonna buy you so many Jeeps. Like, what? I don't even have a follow-up to that. That was another time where I was just like, don't ever say that to me again. Why? Because we both liked Jeeps. We talked about Jeeps a lot. And just for some reason in that moment, it came out and I was just like, what is wrong with you? Like, you're not even gonna buy me a Jeep. What do you mean you're gonna buy me so many Jeeps? Right? Fucking wild. That was a dating an older dude situation too. So if I could, it might add a little context, but it's like, thanks for the offer to hike my insurance. Ah. Oh my gosh, oh my god. If you want to feel more functional, I have plenty of stories. I'm just not gonna tell them on stream. Anyway, I have to draw a pickle. You know, if you draw a full frontal pickle, it is basically this. Okay, let's draw the pickle from all the angles. Side. Side. Top. Bottom. There. Our pickle study is complete. Larry the cucumber? Now that those words came out of my mouth, I don't like that sentence. It feels incorrect. I would like to strike it from the record. Oh god, what happened? This is supposed to be character design, guys. Alright. This is our angsty protagonist here. And we're drawing pickles. And talking about Jeeps. Get bought so many Jeeps. Alright, oh look, I drew the exact same thing I'd done been drawn. Alright, I gotta do a thing. G has a question? Shoot! What you got, G? I just tried to sound a lot cooler than I am. That felt wrong, too. Also, what's at the store? What are you getting at the store? Can I have some? Mine should be home any minute. He's not home yet. He's supposed to be coming back from practice. Soon. Ish. I think part of me wants to put all of my commands on timers. Yeah, I can't guarantee I would finish it on stream, but I mean, yeah. And we need milk. Well, you can definitely get the milk. You don't want to run out of that. You might get dehydrated. Okay. I finish stuff. If I didn't finish stuff, you wouldn't have emotes, sir. But you need to send me your stuff, sir. What am I doing here? I'm just gonna draw shapes. I just drew a backwards pickle. Alright, here's oh, I have an idea. We're gonna do some extreme foreshortening. Tiny feet. Don't worry about the tiny feet. Alright, have fun at the store. Be here drawing the same not thumbnail I've been working on this whole time. Let's do that flip backwards. That's why it looked weird. Alright. This foreshortening is not turning out as extreme as I thought it would. But these Al Pickle people. Yes. Be here pickling away. Actually, I want to. I haven't done any actual character design so far yet. He's also a little bit curvier than what I'm aiming for here, but that's okay. Yeah, what were you thinking? God. Yeah, this pose is a little too... This ain't it. This actually might work for Remy. It's not gonna work for Leo. This went from like a very tipped forward torso to just completely straighten it out. If caffeine-filled drinks weren't hydrating, they wouldn't let old people drink coffee in homes. Okay, no. They let old people drink whatever the fuck they want because they're old and crotchety. If you had somebody denying you your caffeine when you were 80, 90 years old. What would you do? I wouldn't be too happy about it, no? I bet you would. It's kind of a cute little pose. Might change the head a little bit. More upright. Nah. Let's just try again. Yeah. I mean, the head's kind of it's not really even in the right spot. I just copied it because there we go. Uh, Specialized in the civilized world. Yeah, our insurance doesn't cover coffee. I'm running out of space because of my stupid quotes. Sometimes I wish I could add a page. I know that that isn't what this is about, but I wish for this. Oh, see, the home's here. I mean, if you're in a good one, they'll change your sheets. And I wish that was an exaggeration. Because that is what happened to my aunt. Like, she went to this place that was, like, supposed to be good. It was run by nuns. You would think God would not want old people to have poopy sheets. But, I mean, there's only so many nuns. There were a lot of people in that place about the same age as the nuns. So, I don't know. I can't blame the nuns. I imagine they were trying. But, I'm glad that, as dark as it is, I'm glad my aunt only had to live there for 6 months. Because, damn. Alright, so I'm trying to have a thought, and I am failing. Failing at having a thought. I think I need to think more about the character, like what conveys these qualities about her. Like, she's tired, so yeah, we got like the slumpiness, but also like she's not super confident. So like pigeon toes. Ooh, that's terrible. You're an inside sentence. Dig nibbit. Anyway. I feel like poses are one of those things where I can say, we're like, poses are hard, and then other people are just like, what are you talking about? So my first instinct was here to try and go against what I was already doing, is just bend her all the way the other way. So maybe being stiff, like being upright. right? I don't know why I keep drawing the head so early. You really should draw the head towards the end, because you can move it in a million different positions. I can do the dropped arm. Do this, pop a hip. In the beginning, like she wouldn't be reaching out like that. That is not how she's feeling about life. See, that just feels like really posy. Someone replaced all your bones with Pop Rocks. I love Pop Rocks. I don't have a single favorite candy, but Pop Rocks is definitely up there. But also, if that's the way it feels, taking the workout seriously, the correct answer is to hydrate. It actually makes sense for this arm to hang down a bit because the left arm is coming down way too low because, well, she is leaning a bit. The hand should end up, I don't know, kind of like around mid-thigh, but the way she's leaning, it could come down a bit lower. That looks weird. I remember you saying that. That's awesome that you're seeing results. That whole thing about me saying earlier how I draw limbs too short. Actually, I just had an idea. Let me move this down. I can do like a hand on the head type of thing. Something like that. Well, that's what I meant. Like, feel, see, whatever. It's... Whether you feel or you see it, it's working. And that's what's important. But also, taking pictures is not an ED thing. It is... A lot of people do that because when you look at yourself every day, you don't see the changes because you're looking at yourself every day. It's very gradual. So when you have a picture from, you know, day 1 to day 30 to day 60 to day 90, then you see those are when you see the differences. Oh my god. I just did like evil laughing guy pose, you know, when they have like the head all the way back and they're like, ah, ha, 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 ha. And they put their, like the hand right here. So if some artists do it like really exaggerated so you can see it like... You're getting the head is way back. And the hand is like over the face. Ha 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 ha, I'm evil. You also have to tie your pants now? That's good! Okay, see, that is a visible result. Sir. Just saying. That is tangible, not just a feeling. Sorry, why did that not get rid of it? It was weird. Never had that happen before. This is way too delicate for her. I need to do more research into like androgynous poses. Also, I don't know what the hell this is. Ain't it? Ain't it? I meant to go for more of a bend. Oops. Maybe I'm being too scared of exaggerated poses. I want it to match my character, but also I want it to be interesting. How far back can I push this leg? How far over can I push this one? Yeah, these are the... Those are the things worth trying. Actually put the limbs in the right place. Oh, sorry, I stopped paying attention for a minute. Only think of the Final Fantasy XIV bunny boys when you hear the word androgynous. They are pretty androgynous. They are, and I think that's one of the reasons, like, picking Ara, was kind of, I don't know, it feels a little weird sometimes that I picked something so, like, small and dainty. Because my first instinct was to go, like, Femro. But then I was like, let's go for the cute thing. Alright, I think... Another idea. I think I have an idea. I don't know. I can't possibly know. That ain't it. My drawings are... My sketches are slowly getting bigger and bigger. And that's the thing too, is like, I don't know what else that would be. Unless I went with like a male aura. Which actually, not gonna lie, I think they're hot. But then I also think like the little femboy Mikots, they're hot too, so I don't know. I also don't really subscribe to the idea of like one. I don't have like one look or type or whatever, physically at least anyway, that is like, that's what I do. That's what I go for. Alright, where am I going with this? Because I have like one giant leg and one skinny ass sketchy arm. I don't know how to play now. What time is it? I want to bend this arm a little bit, but I'm afraid it'll look like she's spanking herself. Worried about something like this looking kind of religious. But I go with it anyway. I guess, I mean, if I made something and somebody devout got something positive from it, I really wouldn't care. The whole point is just like the reason that I'll just do art for people when I know I could make money at it and I just do it is because I'm not good at understanding people, but that is like one way that I am able to make someone happy. Like I know I can. This is one way I know I can do it. Welcome back. I wanted to ask, how was the store and did you get your milk? And it almost came out as, how was your milk? As I'm just talking about how I don't know how to people. So here we are. Point proven. I don't know about the position of this head, but I'm actually kind of enjoying this pose. Let's get your shit together. Hopefully we'll both be making money. We'll see. I hope it takes off for you. I really do. I don't care. I don't care about the book cover part. I want you to be able to turn this into a series. I will mind my own business. I'm sorry. I haven't bought milk in years, okay? Oh wait, actually I take that back. I bought milk a few days ago to bake ice cream. That was the first time though I have bought actual, like real, I bought whole milk. Because we had a boy and a bunch of his friends over on Sunday and I made homemade ice cream. It was really good. I made vanilla and then I made birthday cake flavored. Which, all you have to do is add some birthday cake mix. A little bit of that into your ice cream. You're supposed to cook it, or well, microwave it for a little bit. Because I guess bacteria can live in cake mix. So don't eat raw cake batter. But, otherwise... Oh wait, what if this is the back leg? Because I do like to have my legs alternating. Yes. There we go. $5 gallons is 800 metrics. If my calculations are correct. Alright, but what do... It needs some tweaking, but what do we think about this as a pose? I mean, obviously there's no real identifiable shoulders involved. And it is a little bit, you know, like muscle man flexy, but Probably is better with that being in the front. Takes away from the muscle man flexy vibe. I definitely want there to be a twist in here. I know that's not how that would go, but we just want to identify that twist. The shoulders. Yeah. Like she's trying to look cool but failing at it. I guess it kind of works. It is also kind of like, I want to be elegant, but I want to be strong, but I don't know how to anything. Oh, that just makes it creepy. Oh wait, actually, no, wait, actually? No, now I gotta... See, it made the neck short again. I think if anything style-wise, I would like to have like obscenely long necks. I think I kind of like it. That's what we're gonna do. Start by moving it over here. Some of these I think, like, actually I still think I can probably use that one. But in terms of like silhouette, something identifiable, something specific to this character. I think I could even probably break her right here a little bit. Lengthen the torso. I'm not opposed to the idea of like unnatural proportions for the characters, because body image will come into play for some of them. And she's already a bit too curvy than for what she needs to be. How poetic was the finale? I didn't get all of the details. I dropped my pen. I can't find it, it's so dark in here. I can't. Where is it? Please no, I don't want to have to turn a light on. I need to go turn the light on. Find my pen that I dropped. Be right back. That fucker bounced so far. There is no way. Why are you opening things on me? Oh. I put my arm down on my little remote, little hotkey remote. Apparently it wanted to print stuff real bad. Alright. So, serious question here. Do we want to continue with this? Or should I put on the Cube Escape game and see if we can figure out the end of it? Try to print that XP pen. Ew. Also, I never saved this as anything. This is Leo. Oh. Not even saving it to the right anything. Sitting here making weird noises in my mic. It's fine. No, oh God, it's such a cop-out. It's a running joke now with wife. Where when we don't want to do that the other one wants to do, but we know that they're going to do what they want to do anyway, the response is, whatever you want, dear. It's fine. It was really fun explaining what that meant to Boy. I was like, if she says to you, whatever you want to do, she doesn't mean whatever you want to do. No light bulb moments. Yeah, I don't know what we were missing. And that's just one of, like, so that's a collection, so there's, I don't know, some indescribable number of other... Okay, you wanna... Okay. Something that I didn't realize, and we all have those things, right, where we're just real dumb. And I played through all of the Rusty Lake games, which is the same the Rusty Lake team developed the Cube Escape games. So there's Cube Escape Paradox, which I haven't played. The Cube Escape Collection, which I just got, and we were playing Seasons, which was a chapter in Cube Escape Collections. And it wasn't until I started playing Cube Escape Collections that I realized the entire fucking thing is escape room games. It's an escape room. All of it. And I even knew about Cube Escape, Paradox, and Collections. And at no point in even knowing about those games, I was like, oh, I'm just playing a big escape. Yeah, they're puzzle games, but like they're escape room games. It's all escape room shit. And it doesn't mean I don't like the games. It doesn't take any value away from those games to me whatsoever. It was just such a dumb moment. I'm like, I feel so stupid. And it's such a small thing. But it's just like, why didn't I realize that? The amount of time I put into the Rusty Lake series, that one is a little less escape roomy and more puzzly, but there are still times where it's like, it's more like an escape place, I guess. But yeah. Cube Escape Collections. It's just a bunch of escape rooms. So, fun! Alright, anyway, if we're gonna doodle, we're gonna copy this bitch. And we're gonna move her down here. Just make her a bit smaller. Since we have strayed from thumbnails. That's for damn sure. And also, if she's holding the book in that hand, is she backwards? Yes, she is. That is the only real bitch about this character is that left and right matters. I would like to round the back a bit more. Take a weekend off of life and marathon the Rusty Lake games. So, I actually am taking a weekend off of life. She looks like she's bowling. God damn it! I don't know how to fix it. Alright, anyway. Also, no, you get out. Anyway. Next weekend. It's next weekend, right? Math. Yes, next weekend. Are you just as bad, or are you worse? No, Muffin, it's not you. It's the other smart mouth over there. Who's gonna be a hypocrite and make fun of somebody making dad jokes, and then make a dad joke, and then y'all just see yourselves out. Anyway, what was I saying? Now I forgot what I was saying. Somebody please remind me. Oh yeah, next weekend. So Boy requested for his birthday this year, instead of a pool party, he wanted to go camping. So, wife and wife's best friend, and Boy and two of Boy's friends are all going camping. And originally, I was supposed to go with them, but I was like, we could save on a dog sitter if I just stay home and I watch the animals. And, so I will be next Friday. I'm gonna go out, get my hair did. By the time I get home, they will be off on their camping trip. Presumably. After which point, I am on my own. Until sometime on Sunday. So, if we want to do a Rusty Lake marathon, and art streams and all the health whatevers, it's actually in the cards. I want to stream the hell out of that weekend. I think it would be great. Also want to float around the pool. With some wine and stuff. Alright. How do we make this bitch stop bowling? I think one way we do that. So we take this arm. Let's break this arm. Break it. I'm gonna break it here. There, that's less bowling already. Look at that. I'm gonna do this. It's not that I don't want to be available for the birthday activity. It is that... Oops. I want to do something else. Oh, she looks kind of like she's like reading constipated now. Oh. Ooh. Maybe this is what we need. Really just need to go further than I thought I was going. Okay, you do not need to be throwing an elbow into your own vagina anymore. Let's move that back. Oh my god, it's raining! Oh no, it's raining! Just put this back. Make it a little bigger. Dramatic! Diary writing pose. Is that? I mean, to be fair, the actual birthday was 3 months ago, 2.5 months ago, and we already did actual birthday stuff. I feel like it is better served as like a guy's weekend out if I don't go. I would just mom it up. And if anybody's seen that episode of Bob's Burgers, they know what I'm talking about. What if I did... Oops, that's not a pencil. Here we go. Something like that. Maybe... Too far? Alright, so let's be very clear. And bend over backwards for this child on the regular. And we did stuff on the birthday. I'm not missing a birthday. I am taking an opportunity for a very rare bit of time to myself. When was the last time I streamed more than, say, 3 hours? Okay, I mean, I did before when I did Cube the other day. But that was the first time it's since I moved here. God damn it, I'm tired. I'm tired. And with the way things are going, this child's gonna be in our house for a while. It's not like he turns 18 and he leaves and oh my god, empty nest. It ain't happening. Most likely. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. Also, staring down the possibility of him being a year-round swimmer, which means driving to swim practice every day, to and from, 5 days a week. Doubles during swim season, 6 days a week during swim season, plus meets. If we don't find somebody to carpool with, oh my god. But it's the best thing for him. And honestly, the car rides Like when we used to have to take the car rides when he was finishing up his black belt in karate, we had these long car rides to take him to his old karate school. And we had the best conversations in those car rides. And you know what? Sometimes he was super tired and he would sleep, and that was fine. And that's what happens with swim too. It's obviously not as long of a car ride, but I mean, if there's a shit ton of traffic, it can be a half an hour. But I will take 10 annoying car trips to get that one awesome conversation with my kid, that genuine one where he's just telling me what's going on in his life, because we're in that phase where I don't get that. This doesn't happen. So that's the part that's worth it. The money doesn't matter. I mean, money matters obviously, but this pose is growing on me. Oh shit, let's do a full twist. Oops, that's not a lasso. What are you doing over here? Unfortunately, I don't quite have that with boy. He does say it's like, you know, he thinks like we'll give him shit for certain things, but I also think I think it's also this like really intense desire to have things that are his own and to have privacy. Like, it's not secrecy, it's just wanting to have stuff that's his own. And I don't know if it's like an only child thing. I get it too. I have a lot of things that it's not that I'm trying to be secretive, it's just that I don't want anybody to ever see. Like if somebody in this household just came up here and started flipping through my sketchbooks, I would lose my fucking mind. And it's not that I'm hiding anything. It's just like that's just mine. I don't have the same sense of ours, I think, that people in other couples have. I don't think when you get married that everything is automatically ours. But I mean, also from a creative perspective, like a sketchbook or a journal is also highly, highly personal. It's the equivalent of reading somebody's diary without permission, even if there's nothing super revealing in there. I think it's just the act of breaking that boundary. No, I get that. I feel you there, Omega. I didn't have that. So I'm a little bummed that Micah doesn't feel that way with me, but I also am kind of a big asshole, so I understand. But I definitely remember as a kid, like, I didn't want to talk to my mom about anything. Ever. And part of it was just, you know, I wanted the separation so I could be myself, but also there was a passive aggressiveness and a judginess that pervaded every conversation. It was a big part of not being who I really could have been growing up. And I don't blame her, but it definitely was part of it. See, I don't think you would flip through my books, though. Okay, here's a question. Let's say you are sitting next to somebody that you know very well, and you are on your computer, your tablet, what have you, and you're just doing a thing. And they look at your screen and start asking you about it. Are you fine with it or no? This is a very divisive thing. I actually went down a Reddit rabbit hole over this. It is very split over people are just like, I don't care if anybody sees what I'm doing, and other people are like, if I'm working on something, do not look at my screen unless I tell you it's okay. Which I'm in the second camp. Very much in the second camp. And I'm sure you can imagine why I'm even bringing this up. But it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of like why I don't always like to sketch around people or write around people, because what if they look at my screen? And it's not that I'm afraid of what they'll see or if they'll react or comment to it or ask me about it. It's just that I just don't want them to. They're not invited. It's a boundary. And I get it. If you're doing a thing in public, people are going to look, and you can't really expect that boundary to be in place. But I feel like if you're at home, in your own space, and there's a boundary that you've set, and it gets ignored, that it's okay to be upset about it. You used to do that to me at karate. Okay, but here's the difference. I didn't really notice, and I also didn't work on stuff at... I guess I didn't work on stuff at karate that I didn't worry about too much. And also, we didn't really talk about it. No, I feel like... It wasn't... I don't remember ever being, completely focused on a thing I was doing and you being like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And then that's part of it, too, is, you kind of concentrate on what you're doing, you get, pulled out of it. I don't remember it ever being a problem. And I probably didn't notice half the time. If you're discreet, cool, whatever. Yeah. No, actually, describing is the bubble is really appropriate. What was the relation? About as close as you could get. I have lines that will never ever go away, regardless of the relationship. And they're not meant to be walls, but they're if I say, please don't look at my screen, I'm not hiding a thing. You can go through my stuff later, but right now I'm doing a thing, and leave it the hell alone. It's got nothing to do with you. And that's just how I feel about it. But like I said, it's actually a really fun Reddit rabbit hole to go down. And just to see all of the different opinions from... I'm probably at like the one extreme of it. To the people that are all like, what is your problem? If you got nothing to hide, why do you care if somebody looks? And it's like, all of the reasons I just said. It definitely seems to be more of like, creatives have more of an issue with it versus people that are just sitting there scrolling through socials. And I think that's the difference too, is like, you're sitting there scrolling through your Facebook, what do you care? And it's like, well, that's not what I'm doing. So you're scribbling. Well, I'm blippity blappeting. Okay. When did this change? These colors are not right. Sit in the cuck chair. Did you ever see the, what was it? It was a video of, somebody trying to teach a goth D&D. And they were saying that the dungeon master is sitting in the cuck chair. What was it? Now I have to find it. Oh, Jesus. I have to move this freaking remote. I don't know why I keep hitting it like this. I've never had this problem before. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. I don't have to look it up. Okay, good. It's freaking hilarious. I lost my pen. Oh my god. Okay, so just to recap the things I've searched on stream today. Edgy pose art reference. When did people start getting called Karen? Boa Hancock pointing, Osamu Dazai, and Dapo Kunikita. There we go. Just summarize the whole stream. Still can't find my pen. Oh, found it. Wait, no, come back. Okay, got it. You're going back to DMing. What kind of campaign are you planning? I would like to know. Tell me all of the details. But no spoilers. That was a joke. Alright, left arm. Oh, that is thickums. Now I need my remote and I fucking moved it. I was gonna have camera on tonight. I'm so glad I didn't. What, train wreck? Turn on. Damn it. Now it's mad at me. It's like you called me names. That is a long ass forearm, or it's a really short upper arm. Let's fix it. It should be about the same length. Which one are you using? Xylus. Wait, let's see. Can I remember? I haven't. It's been a while. Xylus. Not Xenon. Why do I want to say Xenon? Xander? No. Zanvin. Now I feel really bad. I can't remember all their names. Obviously, Syl. I keep wanting to say Xenon because that's actually in the Nat Funny. Actually, it's not even, his name isn't even Xenon, it's Zenith? Why are there so many X's and Z's? Oh, okay. Zephyr, okay. That's, okay. No, I know, but it's not just there, it's like... I don't know. It's like that, when Bender says, I prefer the term extortion, the X makes it sound cool. He's not wrong. I actually almost named my kid Xavier. When I told him that, he's like, thank you so much for not naming me that. I was like, I just wanted to be able to call you X. So he is eternally grateful for actually several of the names that he did not end up with. Anyway. I'm just gonna do this. It looks real candy cane, but whatever. It's bandages. We already know this. I feel like if we're gonna go androgyny, a simple muscle shirt, but also cropped muscle shirt, right? That allows us to show booba if we want to, but also hide it if we don't. It should be shorter though. Alright, you know what? Didn't have a name for like 2 weeks. I had more names for girls, which was hysterical because I did not want a girl. I actually was so worried that I might have a girl and that I wouldn't be able to deal with having a girl that I convinced myself that I was going to have a girl. And when I finally found out the gender, it was like, oh my god, thank you. Nothing against girls, but I just feel like I would not be a good parent to a girl. They didn't prep more than one singular girl's name. That's pretty fucked up. It's messed up. I didn't even know I was a tomboy growing up. I mean, I knew I wasn't girly, but I didn't know that that meant I was a tomboy. It wasn't until I reconnected with somebody from high school years later, and he was like, yeah, you were such a tomboy. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I mean, I was like, I wore jeans and t-shirts a lot, but it's because I had sports after school every day. What are you talking about? Here we go. We're gonna do the finger gloves. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, doesn't make sense, because if you're drawing, you do not want that shit on your fingers. So we'll just do fingerless gloves. So I know I was saying like big baggy jeans and stuff, but I don't think that really lends itself to this. Definitely need to make the like skinnier though. Maybe I don't. I definitely was thinking some kind of boots. That's really clunky though. Yeah, I think in some cultures it's normal to not get a name until after. Maybe I'll just go high tops. Just realized how long that foot is. Combat, yeah, I was sort of thinking it was combat boots, but oh yeah, I mean, getting born without a name as a Catholic. I mean, you might as well just not be born. What the hell? I'm just gonna let you two go through that. I don't know what to do with these pants. Length, shoes. Should definitely be wearing sneakers or Docs, really. Although, to be fair, there are some pretty sleek looking Docs. I'll go with that for now. So, a lot of my family comes from the County Cork. And when I was growing up, we were talking about like, oh, we should go visit Ireland and see where our family comes from. Because my mom was super into genealogy and learning about all of that shit. We looked it up in the travel guide and it said, it's a nice bus stop, but don't actually stay there, just keep going, get on the next bus. And I've heard mixed things. I've heard people say it's not actually that bad, and I've heard other people have been like, yeah, there are better places to go in Ireland. So, I don't know. I don't know how true that is about the County Cork, but that is where the Irish portion of my family is from. Which doesn't surprise me in the least. County Cork is beautiful. Okay, is it beautiful but you're still gonna get robbed? Why would they say don't stay there? Okay, the boots are growing on me if I don't draw them so chunky. I mean, I would love to visit the land of my ancestors, but also one, I don't want to get robbed, and two, I actually have other places I'd rather visit first. Actually, everybody in this house wants to go to a different place. One wants to go to Ireland, one wants to go to Germany, and one wants to go to Japan. Two of those places are arguably kind of near each other. And I guess we could do like a hop across a couple continents and see them. Like Michael Jackson is a pickle. Oh my god. Fucking bird. Bird ruined everything. Alright, so I have to think about... I've been indecisive about... how this character is coded. At first, she was gonna be non-binary, which obviously that didn't... She didn't... It felt forced. She still leans femme. But I think I want to change up her hair and her outfits. I'm actually kind of liking what this hair is doing right now, but I think I want to change that up at different points in the story. So definitely want her to be gender fluid. So Japan, the only places you have to worry about tattoos are onsen, beaches, and amusement parks. Otherwise and gyms. Otherwise it generally doesn't matter. And there are places that will allow, not many, but it's getting better. There are some places that will allow tattoos. And they tend to be less strict with foreigners. I only know this because I have researched it myself, since I just seem to keep falling onto tattoo needles. Limerick? Oh, that's the other place my ancestors are from. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I fall down and I get up and I have tattoos. I haven't gotten one since... When did I get my sleeve filled in? March? I think this is the longest I've gone without any ink for a while. And it's because I'm waiting on a design. I actually have a leg sleeve planned. And, every couple weeks, 2-3 weeks, they'll be like, I didn't forget about you. What do you think about this or this? And I'm like, great. I just want to see some art, man. And now we're fully into summer and pool season and busy weekends. And it's like, well, I'm not gonna take 3 weeks, chunk 3 weeks out of my summer to start mapping out a tattoo. So probably be September, which might be for the best because I think I'm gonna have to do some travel for work in September. So I don't know what kind of pants she should be wearing. The only thing harder for me than figuring out poses is figuring out clothes. Limerick is rough. Go literally anywhere else. Noted. When in doubt, get your butt tattooed. I do think might be time to call it. Kind of losing steam. Oh, that's not bad. Kind of like loose pants, but not super baggy. Oh my god, stop it. You're supposed to go to Limerick the summer you got your apartment? Or Muffin's butt? I have questions. I don't know. Sometimes two conversations are happening at the same time and they line up in a particular kind of way. And I'm not gonna waste the opportunity. What I am gonna do though is I'm gonna call it for the night. Big ol' stretch. Play something. Genshin? Final Fantasy? I don't know. What? Oh, you just took it there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's getting late. Yeah, I think that's a good place to call it, guys. Oh my god. Alright. So we actually did get something done. This is, I think, the most decisions I've made on this character in a while. I'm into it. I like the pose. I think once I figure out the pants, it'll be in good shape. And then, well, obviously I have to draw a face, which, ugh. Whatever. I'll draw a comic where nobody has faces. It'll be fine. Anyway. On a bell. So I don't actually care about Almost 10, except for the fact that if I want to do anything else before bed, I should do it now. There's like a sweet spot between when the others go to bed and how late I can actually stay up and still function tomorrow. Yeah, but 4 a.m. to you is like 10 o'clock here, so which is, you know, so you might as well just go by our time. Wait, sorry, what? Okay, that's... Okay, number one, that's dumb, and two... We gotta talk. What the hell, dude? Anyway. That's neither here nor there. I'm gonna go. And y'all get some sleep. Get some good rest. Everybody. That's, an order. Order mode. Rawr. But thanks for hanging out. It was super fun. I enjoy this. Did I human? Alright. My windows are freaking out. It's fine. Anyway. Thanks for hanging out. It was a good time. And I hope you have a good rest of your night. Get some sleep. Sleep. Have a good rest of your night. Bye. Mwah.